Hi there. So this week I want to talk about Volkswagen console bushes. I've seen lots and lots of people, even at work, being at a main dealer, trying to remove console bushes with hammers and chisels and lever bars and absolutely beating the shit out of these and getting nowhere fast. I've got a really quick method. It's going to get them off in less than 10 seconds and it has never failed me yet. So I'm guessing if you're watching this video, you've already been on the internet, you've already looked at other videos, and you're also looking at this one to try and find an easy way to do it. All my method needs is a can of maintenance spray or lube that is pressurised, high pressure, so it's got some power behind it when you squirt it in. And as you can see here, all we're doing is we're pulling the arm down, and then we're going to twist the console bush just a little bit. And then we're going to squirt some lubrication around the side of the bush, and then we just twist it backwards and forwards a couple of times, and you'll feel it go. All of a sudden you'll feel it go loose, like you can see there, and that's it. You just slide the bush off and we're done. Okay, so before we put the new one on, all we're going to do is we're going to use some grease this time, just some multi-purpose grease. And we're going to cover the spline in the grease before we put it on. The maintenance spray is brilliant for getting them off, but it's not so good for putting it back on. Because the bushes are rubber, and when you're trying to put it on and they're not so worn, it just pushes the grease out the way and it's very hard to get on. Again, I've seen people do this with hammers and mallets and chisels, trying to chisel these back on with sockets over the centre. All you need is a good coat of grease, and I'm just using a leather hammer there, with a little bit of weight behind it, and then the bush will slide straight on. So wiping off the excess grease so we don't attract any more dirt than we need to the new bush. As per the manual, we're replacing all the bolts with new ones, and they will be torqued up as well. I haven't shown the torque settings because this varies from vehicle to vehicle, so it's not too important to know, but just check when you're doing it that they are torqued up to the correct setting. So I've taken a close-up picture of the bush on the arm, and I want to try and show what's actually happening here and how it makes it so easy to get the bush off. So in the centre of the picture you've got the arm itself, the lower arm, and then you've got the rubber bush around the arm. And you can see in this picture I've got the bush twisted ever so slightly, and you can see the little gaps and crevices it creates as you twist the bush. And then using the aerosol can, we're spraying lubrication down there at high pressure, and it shoots right the way along the bush. And then as we twist the bush, it coats every surface of the inner arm, which makes it easy to slide off. So usually when you see people using grease or they're hitting it with a hammer, there's so much friction and resistance, and it's not permeating down the side or inside the bush, that it's very difficult to get off. So that's why this method works so well. So we're going to see this in action again on the right hand side, and on some models, Passat spring to mind, there's a very small amount of clearance between the back of the bush and the body of the vehicle. There's lots of trims that come down and the clearance is quite small. So you might require a second person just to put a lever bar in between the subframe and the arm and lever it down, so you can actually twist the bush enough to get the spray behind it and lever it back off without it catching on the body. But almost every other vehicle you can do this on your own. And you can actually see quite well on the video there the gaps it's created as you twist the bush, and then you can get the penetration with the spray to get right down there. I'm doing it very quickly in this video just to show how it works, but you can just go backwards and forwards with the bush, spraying as much as you like, and then just keep repeating and repeating and twisting, and you can always pull the bushes off by hand. I've never had to use a lever bar or a chisel or any other way to get these bushes off. This will work 100% of the time. So you can see here again, I'm just going to coat it with grease before I put the new bush on. And then we line the bush up, a few gentle taps, and it's back in position. As before, we're going to wipe off the excess grease so we don't attract any more dirt than necessary to the suspension. And again, we're using new bolts. And that's it, we're done. I hope someone finds this useful and helps you out. See you in the next video.